of voters in some polling units in Kogi State. Mie Ogidi reports.
The streets of Lokoja tell of the town. 1.9 million voters to decide the fate of the next governor and the man to midwife that next Kogi 001 is in Kogi State for pre-election assignment. Mahmoud on the move from one polling unit to another, monitoring mock accreditation, and the largest polling unit, UBA Standard Secondary School, Ganaja, Kogi State, caught the INEC chairman's attention.
This is one of the largest polling units in the country, and that's why we are here. We are taking proactive measures to ensure that we give voters a pleasant experience, voting experience on election day. As we are coming, pictures from Bayelsa, and the turnout for the mock accreditation in Bayelsa is impressive. The same story from Imo State.
Flood already threatening the conference state and proactive steps taken by INEC.
We do more, where if there is flooding before the election, we'll camp the ad hoc staff there and move them at first light on Saturday to this polling unit.
Time to assess the readiness of the commission for an election just 3 weeks away. Preparations near perfect. A tree planted to keep memories of the visit alive. And candidates have no cause to fear.
The method is as provided by law. Electronic accreditation, electronic upload of results on the IREF portal, and that is why we are doing this mock. So please disregard whatever was reported about what the rep was said to have said in Bayelsa.
As provided by the Electoral Act and the guidelines for INEC, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, says results of the election in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo will be transmitted electronically through the INEC result viewing portal, IREV. From Lokoja, Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has praised the Nigerian military for shunning anti-democratic acts, urging them to continue to promote peace and protect the country. Governor Adeleke gave the commendation while receiving the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja at Ede in Osun State. Femi Afariogun has the details.
The Chief of Army Staff, who visited the governor at his country home in Ede, commended the unflinching support of the state to the Nigerian army. Governor Adeleke pointed out that the Nigerian army has been instrumental to the thriving of democracy in Nigeria by remaining professional and adhering strictly to the constitutional responsibilities.
Since we have decided together that we want democracy, to thrive in Nigeria, the Nigerian army has been doing fantastically well, making sure there's no room for anything become good or anything like that.
Adeleke described General Lagbaja as a worthy son of the state that will be given all support to succeed. The governor later joined the Chief of Army Staff to inaugurate a civil-military cooperation special intervention project of rehabilitation of blocks of classrooms at the local authority primary school.
The environment for economic prosperity and national security. Therefore, I urge you to give your support to us.
Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
It's now time to take a review of stories that made the rounds during the week. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of Ola Olukoyede to serve as Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for a renewable term of 4 years. In the first instance, pending Senate confirmation. This is contained in a statement by the Special Advisor to the President of Media and Publicity, Ajubi Ngelale. The statement says Ola Olukoyede is a lawyer with over 24 years of experience as regulatory compliance consultant and specialist in fraud management and corporate intelligence. He has extensive experience in the operations of the EFCC, having previously served as the Chief of Staff to the Executive Chairman and Secretary to the Commission. As such, he fulfills the statute for appointment as Chairman of the EFCC. Mr. Olukoyede's appointment follows the resignation of the suspended Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdul Rashid Bawa. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved more than 200 road interventions across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. Work Minister David Umahi revealed this in an interview with NTA after an audience with the President at the State House. Correspondent Musbao Dan Wahab tells you more.
One-on-one meetings with ministers dominated the President's schedule for the day, and the meetings have been purposeful as very effective. The next big deal was to come from the Ministry of Works.
Over 260 routes.
The rain is almost over for the season, but not without leaving many federal roads devastated.
I have about 17 points along East West Road that have been destroyed by flood. Mr. President has approved and released money for the immediate repairs.
The President has also approved the resurfacing of the third mainland bridge, construction of Lekki Deep Seaport Road, reconstruction of 2 collapsed bridges in Enugu, and reconstruction of 2 locations on Onitsha Owerri Road. The emergency roads repairs will go up about 217 billion naira. Other roads approved for construction include the upgrading of the ongoing Abuja Kefia Kwanga Lafia Road and dualization of the Lafia bypass.
And of course, the construction of Lafia bypass dualization, from Makurdi through Oturukpo, through Obolafo, down 9 Mile. It's a major one. Mr. President has approved it. Again, it's being financed by China. Doing these designs, and we are doing the procurement and selecting contractors to do this. We're calling some contractors that have existence projects within these locations. We're getting selective tendering, from the approval of PPP, and these are the procedures. So I'm very sure that with the onset of dry season, from November, this work will get started, and we're going to put a lot of pressure on them for them to complete the works.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike also had their separate times with the presidents. From the State House, Musbao and Wahab, NTA News.
The House of Representatives has passed a resolution urging the Central Bank of Nigeria to urgently implement monetary policy adjustment to reclaim and stabilize the naira from its free fall against the dollar, sequel to a motion by Representative Ismaila Haruna Dabo of Bauchi State. The House mandated its Committee on Banking Regulation to also investigate the use of US dollars and other foreign currencies as legal tender for domestic transactions in Nigeria. House member.
As the value of the naira continues to lose value and depreciate against the dollar and other foreign currencies, foreign investors may be deterred from investing in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, this is 200 naira CD, 200 CD is of Ghana, is equivalent to 14,800 naira of Nigerian money.
If you want to fly some of the foreign airlines, they charge you in dollars. Mr. Speaker, it is illegal and it should be stopped.
We need to urge the federal government to encourage agriculture in any way possible, because what is putting pressure on our currency today is that we are import dependent.
If it were in a developed country that you wake up the next day and the currency shifts a little bit, somebody will leave his job. But here, nothing is happening. Dollar will rise up tomorrow and everything continues like that.
The thing we should focus at is what are the policies can do that will bring about import substitution and export promotion. That's the only thing we can do that will give us opportunity to have more foreign exchange. And we cannot be a producing nation if we are still having power problem in this country. We cannot, there's no way we can produce.
Member also urged the Apex Bank to address speculative activities in the forex market and increase the withdrawal limit of the naira to reduce the pressure on dollars and other foreign currencies. Time now for a break. NTA News at 7 continues after this timeout. Stay with us.
Jackpot of the week. Place bets and hit the jackpot. Log into the OneXBet account. Click on the Take Part button. Place bet and take part in the jackpot draw. Feel like a winner with OneXBet. Use promo code to get a bonus on your first deposit.
The program is In and Around. In and Around is an educative and enlightenment program that showcases lifestyle, arts, music, culture, and anything of unique interest. Watch In and Around. Don't miss it.
Lucky Spring from OneXBet. Take part in promotion with cool prizes. Bet on any sports events. Get tickets. Have a chance to win cool prizes. The more you bet, the greater your chances. Use promo code to get a welcome bonus right now.
Welcome back, and you're still watching NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. The federal government improving the image of the country has continued to inspire more Nigerians in the diaspora to express willingness to contribute their quota to the upliftment of the country. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erawa, disclosed this at a media interactive forum jointly addressed by the Lagos State government to unveil this year's Door of Return event, which is organized to welcome willing Nigerians in the diaspora back to the country. In few days, Lagos State government and the Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission will roll out the drums to celebrate the sons and daughters of the country after sojourn in foreign lands across the world. The Door of Return event includes receiving the diasporans with pomps and pageantry to showcase the rich cultural heritage of Badagry, where their ancestors were taken away as slaves more than 400 years ago.
What is significant about this year's event is that Dr. Julius Marcus Garvey Jr. is our special guest of honor. This is significant, it's historic. It's going to be the first time coming to this part of the world. Now, what the Lagos State will do eventually is build a permanent door in Badagry, Lagos. So when you come witness the Joy of Return ceremony on the 21st of October, you're going to see what Badagry has, what Lagos has for tourism.
Lagos State government is also activating the tourism potentials of the state, as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is expected to receive the diasporans through the Door of Return.
We're going to make sure that every black man who wishes to trace their history back to Africa comes through that door, and Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu is committed to this project. Badagry is a hidden treasure. Badagry is somewhere where everybody who is residing in Lagos and Nigeria must visit at one point in time in their life.
The diaspora are transformative agents for tourism. They have the potential to turn around things in our nation, in West Africa, and I guess Africa and the world.
The Door of Return Festival will feature visits to historical sites in Badagry division of the state.
DITCOM says for those who are willing to come back through the Door of Return, they will be treated like kings and queens when they come back to their motherland.
Lagos State government marked this year's International Day of the Girl Child with an event to educate females in secondary schools on responsible use of the digital space for their advancement. This was the focus at the sensitization program organized by the Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency for schoolgirls in Lagos. The details.
Do something and do something.
It's another day set aside by the UNICEF to appraise the well-being of the girl child and what it takes to secure their rights and development. The awareness of the day already resonates with these schoolgirls, and their passion to enjoy the day's attention speaks volume. Information on how to deal with culture of silence in the event of any form of violence was made accessible.
This is sort of an offshoot of the essence of the Safeguarding and Child Protection Policy, which is essentially to ensure that irrespective of where children are, be it in the child-centered institutions, be it at home, their rights are adequately safeguarded and protected.
Right to education, good health, good living, right to life. All these rights that we are talking about is online. So they can go online, they can read it.
Lagos legislators are considering legislation on coding and artificial intelligence in schools.
They look at out-of-school children, girl child also inclusive, and different areas. You just need encouragement to nurture, to love, to grow. That's what we intend to do with every girl child. So this is just a starting point. We intend to do more.
The focus of the event is to ensure that the girl child maximizes the opportunity of the online space with a view to ensuring that they don't fall prey to online predators.
These lively audience amplify their voices for a world that sees gender balance and equal opportunity as a way of life.
I have power. I am a girl child, but that does not mean I need to be discriminated. I am who I am. I can be who I want to be. I am flawless. I am a pace setter. I have foresight. I am a queen in whatever I do.
Entertainment was not in short supply. In Lagos, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says one of his primary mandates is to ensure radical reforms of the public media organization, particularly the Nigerian Television Authority, to sustain its radical reforms as the leading public broadcasting in Nigeria. The minister was a guest on NTA's Current Affairs program 101 as highlights of the minister's visit to the agencies and parastatals under the ministry. Nigerian Television Authority headquarters in the nation capital, Abuja, is the first to play host to the minister. NTA's Director General Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos led top management staff of the organization as they took the minister and his team on a fascinating tour. The team visited the DOMSAT, major studios, control rooms across NTA Network, NTA International, NTA News 24, and the multi-channels. The minister reassured Nigerians that the era of propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation is gone, as he pledged to meet the information needs of Nigeria towards national prosperity. An impersonator has been caught at the NTA Lagos Channel 10 premises, claiming to be recruiting staff for the NTA. During an interview, the man identified as Prince Umana in his plea said it was an act done in error.
The act of impersonation is on the increase, especially in a cosmopolitan city such as Lagos, where the influx of people in search of greener pasture is growing at an alarming rate. As such, many unsuspecting individuals or job seekers tend to fall victim to unscrupulous individuals posing as job recruiters. A case at hand is that of Prince Umana, an independent producer with the NTA Channel 10, who was advertising for job recruitment in the guise of an employer. But when caught in the act, he had a different story to tell.
Some people pick interest on that message on Facebook, and I now send them the invite. The invite was sent to those that pick interest, and NTA Garden is right by the NTA 10, as I know that is NTA Garden, and I have to include the address of the garden there. NTA 10 Garden is NTA 10, TJ Lagos, and the Beast Arena is showing on NTA 10. That is why it's okay that this particular program, because even along the line of asking, they were asking me if we are coming for presenters or for marketer, where are you showing? I say, I'm showing, the program is showing on NTA 10, so you can be watching it every Saturday on air. So they now were eager to come that, okay, probably they can present and they will see it on NTA 10. Yes, there are so many ways somebody can commit an offense without knowing ignorantly. Number one is that I believe that Beast Arena is showing on NTA 10. And in every way, so far you say Beast Arena on TV, they say, which channel is it showing? I say NTA 10. So if that is a criminal, I want to tell the people, I'm sorry about it. It's not NTA 10 that is actually employing. It is Beast Arena on TV. And that Beast Arena is showing on NTA 10.
Management of the station, led by the general manager, Olatunji Adekoya, on receiving the information, quickly swung into action and disassociated the station from such an act. He further called on the public to be watchful and guard against falling victim bearing in mind that the NTA is a highly reputable organization that will always stand with its vision, which is to be a world-class television network. In Lagos, Nerut Nina Musa, NTA.
Next on our lineup is entertainment news with Augusta Asiri.
International superstar David Adeleke, aka Davido, and his wife Chioma Rowland are now parents to a set of twins. The speculation about the birth of the children first became public online on October 10, 2023, but was all confirmed by the singer. Moving on, Afrobeat sensation Charlie Poppy is back with a double dose of musical magic. Charlie's Poppy debut album, set to drop later this year, is already generating considerable buzz. With the success of Planet Pluto and the excitement surrounding Things on Things and Oscro, Pepperline, the album's arrival is eagerly anticipated by fans and music enthusiasts worldwide. It promises to be a defining moment for Charlie Poppy, and his audience is eager to join him on this musical adventure. And on the foreign scene, one of America's most celebrated poets and essayists, Louise Gluck, has passed away at her home in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Alongside the Nobel Prize, she was a Pulitzer Prize winner and served as U.S. Poet Laureate. Celebrated Nobel-winning poet Louise Gluck has died aged 80. According to her publisher, the U.S. poet and Pulitzer Prize winner died of cancer at her home in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Her editor has confirmed. And that's all on entertainment news. I am Augusta Asionyi.
And on the foreign scene, Blinken calls for protection of civilians as Israel prepares for expected assault on Gaza.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken has called for protection of civilians in both the Gaza Strip and Israel, as the Israel military ordered half of the Palestinian territory's population to evacuate in advance of an expected ground assault. Blinken met with Saudi Arabian Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan in Riyadh before stopping the United Arab Emirates, as it sought ways to help civilians trapped in between the fighting and to address the worsening humanitarian crisis. Moving on, the Louvre Museum in Paris is evacuating all visitors and staff and closing because it received a written threat. He said the move was linked to the government's decision to put France on high alert after a fatal school stabbing by a suspected extremist. The Louvre Communications Service said no one has been hurt and no incidents have been reported. Paris police said verifications in the museum are underway. Alarms rang out through the vast museum in central Paris, overlooking the Seine River when the evacuation was announced, and in the underground shopping center beneath its signature pyramid. And that's all on foreign news. I am Augusta Akini.
In sports update, Nigeria Super Eagles in a 2-2 draw with Falcon Eagles of Saudi Arabia in an international friendly. These and more in our sports update with Gift George.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria Friday evening in Portugal settled for a 2-2 draw in an international friendly match against the Falcons of Saudi Arabia, with Victor Boniface and Kelechi Iheanacho getting the goals for the Nigerian national football side. Nigeria Super Eagles will now face Mozambique in its next match on October 16 as part of its preparations for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Still talking football, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have been drawn in Group A alongside host Cote d'Ivoire, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau for the 2023 African Cup of Nations in the draws made Thursday night in Cote d'Ivoire.
A group that we found ourselves with, even the host country, but that's not the case. We are going there to win the trophy, so we are ready to meet any country along this road.
It's not a bad draw at all. It seems a bit tough, but at the same time, to be honest, aside from the host, the Elephants, who are obviously going to give Nigeria a very, very tough opposition.
What I'm to say is we have won AFCON and let us win it again. And the essence, of course, is to make sure that we sensitize all Nigerians.
In other groups, Egypt, Ghana, Cape Verde, and Mozambique will play in Group B. Group C has Senegal, Cameroon, Guinea, and Gambia. In Group D, it will be Algeria, Burkina Faso, Mauritania, and Angola. Teams in Group E are Tunisia, Mali, South Africa, and Namibia, while Morocco, DR Congo, Zambia, and Tanzania play in Group F. To cricket, Nigerian tops West Africa trophy with 2 games to end. The Yellow Greens, Nigeria's national male cricket team, are sitting comfortably on top of the leaderboard of the ongoing West Africa Cup, being held at the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval in Lagos with 8 wins and 2 matches to spare. Rwanda, Ghana, and Sierra Leone are following respectively in the 4-nation tournament. In combat sports, Nigerian mixed martial artist Kamaru Usman will on October 21 face Sweden's Khamzat Chimaev at the co-main event of UFC scheduled to take place at the Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. The late substitution was announced by UFC President Dana White. The event was initially billed to feature Chimaev against Brazil's Paula Costa. Following tests concluded on the fighters ahead of the showdown revealed that Costa was deemed ineligible to compete due to an elbow injury. With Sports Update, Gift George, NTA News.
Sports Updates brings the NTA Lagos Channel 10 news at 7 to an end. Many thanks for watching. Good evening.
Thank you.